Yo, what's up, guys? It's Thursday night, and you are tuning in to On Air with Kim and Celine. So, still me helming the show today. Notice that it's not a Friday night show as usual, and since tomorrow is a public holiday, I thought like we should be bringing the show forward tonight. So once again, as many of you are aware of, now this show is part of the initiative to support the donation campaign that AFO Radio has launched in April, and it's called Safe with Stories My. So here's the short video clip. Let's first take a look. All right, that's right. So, Safe with Stories My, it is a joint initiative between AFO Radio, Track Kit, Kiwanis Malaysia, and Vijay Transit. Now, for this campaign, we have been getting people we know, like artists, entertainers, influencers, entrepreneurs, and even the public to actually lend us their voices by reading a children's book and share it on their social media account. And at the same time, to also, of course, to urge the public to make a donation to help fund essential items and education materials to special kids and the underprivileged communities. So as we chip in to donate, and at the same time, the storytelling does provide, some sort of entertainment to you and your little ones. So this makes Save Stories My very special. So do make your contribution to support this noble cause. So you can click on the link that we're going to pin up later in the comment section below. And for more information, do visit our page on both Facebook and Instagram. Our IG FB handle is called Safe with Stories My. So spread the love and message and get more people to donate as well. So of course, if you do notice, we have been running a series of Kiwani specials in the past couple of weeks. And the past episodes were very enlightening, very interesting, because honestly, I didn't have much of a clue to what Kiwanis is all about until now. So if you have missed our sharing, and if you want to understand Kiwanis Malaysia, Kiwanis International better, you can always click on the playback button and listen again on our platforms. And be it is on our Facebook page, or our AFO Radio app, or even on our website, aforadio.com. So your choice. So for those of you who have been following through with our journey, I think we have heard about all the good things with Kiwanis. So this evening session is going to be our second last episode of the Kiwanis special series, I would say. So time flies. So yeah, we have got 3 very inspiring guests, proud members of Kiwanis Club Malaysia. So it's time to meet them. Let's bring all of them out. Joining us this evening, we have first Kenny Ngui, President Kiwanis Club Tambun from Ipoh. Second to invite upon, we have Mr. George Young. So I hope I pronounced his name correctly. He's the Charter President from Kiwanis Club Teng Bukap. So it's all the way from East Malaysia, from Kuching. And we have Simon Chin, a good friend of mine, President-elect for Kiwanis Club Damansara Uptown. Gentlemen, welcome on board.
Thank you, Celine. Thank you. Hi, good evening. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Kenny, George, Simon, welcome to AFO Radio, and thank you so much for taking time joining us tonight. So to our beloved viewers out there, if you're watching this, if you are Kiwanians and friends and supporters of our guest today, if you wish to say hi, now you can comment below and let us know. Don't forget to also give us a thumbs up and help share the video around. So I guess today's sharing is going to be rather chill. Because I think last week has been more tense for me, because I'm speaking with the past president from the International Trustee. So I think today we are like chill out mode lah. So I think let's start it off by getting to know 3 of you a little bit. Now I already know Simon for quite some time now, but honestly I have never really asked Simon also, like, how did you get to know about Kiwanis? I think I never asked that. So I think it's time for us to unveil today. So do we want to start with any of you first? maybe we start from maybe all the way from East lah. Maybe George, you want to share with us your journey first?
I think age before beauty. I think the youngest here being Kenny, then maybe Kenny should go ahead.
Oh. So now it's like younger first lah, huh?
No,
Okay, Ken.
Yeah. Okay.
So Kenny, tell us a little about yourself and like most importantly, like how did you get to know about Kiwanis?
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Kenny from
Yeah.
Ipoh.
Mhm.
So actually, I'm getting to know Kiwanis is because my friend is past president of Berjam. It's called Jamie Lam.
Mhm.
So when he was the president, he invited me to join to get know about Kiwanis lah, because I have doing a lot of charity job, but it's my personal. So he said, "Hey bro, why not? Since you have do a lot of charity work, maybe you can come over to my club, have a visit, and then you can see if suitable, if comfortable, then you can continue. If not, then you can just to get know." So, so just a relax. So after I know it, I've been joined after 6 years already.
6 years already. Because Ivan introduced all three of you to me as the guest for tonight. Then Ivan said that this topic is about a new Kiwanis member. So it doesn't seem quite new to me lah.
I think that's actually for me. Actually, I'm the youngest, I guess. In terms of number of years in Kiwanis,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, in Kiwanis, a lot of senior that have been joined 20 over years.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
over years. So I'm just only 5 to 6 years. Is still considered is new.
Still consider new lah. We look forward
Yeah.
for you joining in the continue on this journey lah, for
Yes,
sure.
definitely.
Alright. Then how about you, George? Or do you
Oh.
want to pass to Simon, second youngest or what? I don't know. How does this work?
Okay. Thanks,
Right.
Celine. Thanks for having us on air this evening.
My pleasure.
This is my first exposure to Kiwanis and also to the group, because being from East Malaysia, we are always at a disadvantage when it comes to networking and also with the other sister club in Semenanjung.
Right.
And Ivan has been very supportive, and he initiated the idea with Jeffrey. Both of them came down to Kuching through a mutual friend of ours,
Mhm.
and started introducing us the club and the mission and the activities that what they used to what they were doing in KL in Semenanjung, and also past activities.
Right.
So that got me interested in setting up Kiwanis Tank Bukap.
So you set up Kiwanis in your club there then. Wow, that's interesting.
I would
You're
like to
considered
claim
the founder lah.
I would like to claim the credit solely on myself, but no, it's not me solely, but thanks a lot to Ivan and also to Jeffrey.
Correct.
They were the prime movers that really pushed me to set up the club with their full support and the encouragement. Yeah, that's how I got started with Kiwanis.
But how
And
did you get to know Ivan then?
That's why we through a mutual friend.
Through a mutual friend.
Ivan used to come down to Kuching, and we used to
Mm.
have breakfast and lunches together. And he used to, advocated the wonders of Kiwanis, being the governor and whatnot. And he has of
Right.
course been very persuasive
Mhm,
and
mhm.
has always been very, very supportive. So I gathered a group of friends, and then he gave us a brief run through of the history of Kiwanis and the activities that they've been carrying out a lot in Semenanjung, Malaysia.
Mm.
So I think I was with the springboard for his agenda lah,
Right.
in Malaysia lah.
I see. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So this is an Ivan influence.
Very much
Right,
so, very
yeah.
much so, yes.
Right. What about you, Simon? Tell us a little bit about your journey.
I am a kids advocate. I like
Definitely.
helping kids. I think that's
Right.
one of the greatest things that I like to do. I mean, I've been dedicating to kids work for the last 3 years. So as soon as Ivan came, Teresa was actually thinking about it. I said, hey, why not? Just do something more organized, and then a bigger group, lots of friends. I think Kiwanis has lots of friends. People that come inside, light-hearted, they are very open. maybe brotherhood or sisterhood really quickly. They're just very friendly. So I enjoy the family. I mean, I'm rather young in Kiwanis. This is my 1 year and 3 months. That's it.
Only a year. Wow.
A year old. So very young, very nice, very nice family to actually have actually. So I'm quite happy with it so far. Yes.
Wow. So only 1.5 year like that, then you are already the president-elect. That's
The one kena
that's
push up one lah.
inspiring also.
The one is actually kena push up one lah.
Trying to be humble lah now. Okay. Like did all
Not
three of
backdoor,
you?
not backdoor government, brother.
That one backdoor different story altogether lah.
Right. Did all three of you know each other before today's show? No.
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
wow.
no. We didn't get to meet before this, unfortunately.
So it's nice, right? We have this show and we bring all three of you together.
Yeah,
Then,
thanks,
like,
Celine, for bringing us
even
up tonight, this evening.
Now it's my turn to claim the credit.
Good.
You've done well.
Right.
You've done well.
But okay, so like Simon, your case is because I've seen how dedicated you are to support like kids causes because I mean for those listeners who have been following through some of my episodes, I've interviewed Simon before because he started out like a track kid. It's all about for safety for kids and things like that. So I think that probably also been one of your main factor to motivate you to join. And then George, on the other hand, of course, you have Ivan coming by and then telling you being a strong advocate of Kiwanis. And then like Kenny is also pretty much influenced by someone who is already a Kiwanis member, right?
Yes.
So
right.
I think so all three of you are basically you are influenced by someone who are already a Kiwanis member, I would say. Right. But is there like some sort of like an impression, your first impression about what comes to your mind when Kiwanis is first mentioned to you? Because you see, right, when we talk about NGO, there are so many NGO out there, right? I mean, there are a lot of NGO out there also supporting kids causes, you know. So then what makes you decide like, okay, I'm going to go for Kiwanis, for instance? Because remember, whatever you are sharing today is also telling about people why we want to join Kiwanis. So make sure your answers are legit in this sense. Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a reason why you choose Kiwanis, right? Tell us.
I mean, maybe I would like to comment. I've been to other places, you know, the ones that with the animal name kind of thing, and a bit more too much of politics. You know, I find it to be very difficult to handle. I mean, in real life, we are already playing politics, and then we have backdoor bagal. Okay, sorry, I'm not going to say that, but yeah. So Kiwanis doesn't have it. The fact is because I think our vision for kids, our interest to make a difference to kids are very strong.
Right.
We don't. I mean, when I meet a lot of them, they most of the time they talk about, hey, how are we gonna plan something for the kids? So I guess less politics for me is good. I mean, that it's actually a breather lah. I'm quite happy with it actually. I've been to other clubs anyway, but I didn't enjoy it lah. So other international organization of charitable stuff, which I didn't enjoy. Whereas Kiwani is really nice. Yeah.
So that hit the spot lah. What about the other two?
I agree with Simon because I have been VC for the Fuse NGO club also.
Right.
After that, when I visit to the Kiwanis, so I saw that it's few of the senior is already 50 years plus. The uncle we call it uncle. They really work for the kids, not just only blah 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 to talk to you and then you go to do it, and then they just stand and just drink there. But I'm sure that their effort, so I'm be influenced to them. Yeah. So really appreciate. Yeah.
Right. George, you have been smiling all the way. What about you?
I share the sentiment of my brothers, Kenny and also of course Simon, being very very advanced in the activities, because Kiwanis is my third chairmanship. Yeah, because I have two other NGOs which also I'm the president and the chairman of.
Okay.
One of it is the Pusat Pemulihan Dalam Community, PPDK.
Okay.
It's a community-based rehabilitation center. which we just set up as well with a full grant from from JKM, Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. And within this community that we serve, there are 22 kampong within that community. It's in Pedawan, in Kuching.
Right.
There's about 43 OKUs that are being registered in my center. And also center-based, there are 29 of center-based OKUs.
Right.
So all with every OKU that are registered with my center, they get 150 ringgit allowance from Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
interesting lah.
yeah, and then we have also symptom ranging from cerebral palsy, autism, Down syndrome, and global slow learners. Beside other physicalities, disabilities.
Right.
So when Ivan brought up, when I met up Ivan Kuching through a mutual friend, and of course, before that I heard of Kiwanis very vaguely, and I understand some of the activities which they are specialized in Down syndrome. So I took it upon myself and seized the idea that maybe setting up a Kiwanis club in Teng Bukap would be not a bad idea, because I can basically ride on the expertise of Kiwanis Club, being a forefront of Down syndrome therapy and education.
Yeah.
So I think with my setting up of Kiwanis Teng Bukap, it will open up new ideas and also new opportunities for my OKUs as well, or my trainee. We term them as trainee. And also for my penyelia and for my petugas lah, because I got five petugas and one penyelia. That's 5 + 1.
Right.
So and Ivan has brought them over to Johor and also to KL last year, to show to bring them a study tour of the facilities they have in KL.
Right.
Yeah. So these are the eye opener for the kampong community.
Yep.
To expose their ideas and then change their mindset in approaching, in handling Down syndrome trainees. Yeah. So that is my whole idea of setting up Kiwanis Teng Bukap.
Right. I think that's quite fantastic lah, because it's like you setting up your club at your own, I would say, your region or your district in that sense.
Yeah, district.
You are more localized to it, so you understand the local needs. Like, I'm like here, Simon is here. Obviously, sometimes we cannot see through what's happening over there. So we need people from different states to come about and setting up like individual KC clubs, right? Yeah, but for me, I think after interviewing, like more than 10 over Kiwanians over the past couple of weeks, right? I think one thing I really see is like, apart from seeking to just improve people's lives, I think as member of club also, you have a lot of opportunities to make like professional contacts. And then you get to learn firsthand about the local, national, international issues. And at the same time, I think a lot of people grow along with Kiwanis, because many of you really, when they join like 10, 20 years, 30 years and for long. So it's like, that also, I can see that a lot of people also grow and get to improve their leadership skills also. So I think it's also not just about community, it's also a lot about self-development there that I can see.
Exactly, correct.
Now that I think just all three of you, basically, Kenny, you are the president, and then George is the charter president, and then Simon is the elect president. Now, then next thing would be like, so how do you usually approach your prospective member? Do you also conduct like a membership drive kind of thing?
So first of all, I think you have not joined.
I've not.
You have not joined. So I think I feel very badly of getting you to come over and join us. I guess for me, the way I bring people to the club is really to also for them to understand and believe in kids and also make a difference to kids. So I won't just do it for the numbers anyway. I do it because the person that is actually right in front of us are actually passionate about it. Then we're happy to sort of invite. So that's also the way of doing it. Of course, how do we come across those people? We actually sometimes for me is I go to a kid's home. I get to see a volunteer there, and a guy dedicated his time or her time into make a difference to a kid. I will talk to them openly about, hey, why don't you come into an organization whereby we are all aligned to making a difference to the life of a kid. So then it's quite easy to talk to them about.
Right.
Than the other way of looking at it. So
Right.
that's my come from. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Because they themselves already have that passion, to go into this kind of courses. So it's easier to get them on board also.
Yes. Yeah. It makes more it's easier, and then everybody's aligned immediately instead of just forcing people into the whole thing.
Right. Correct. What about you,
Yeah.
Kenny?
Yes, actually, my idea is I have organized a lot of event. Last, I think, is 4 years. So this 4 years, we have organized, I think, more than 160 events
Wow,
and
that's
projects.
impressive.
Yes. So actually, average per year is 40 plus project lah. So like
Wow.
home visit or the small like home visit or the bring the kids to the cinema or other or family trips. So we
Right.
have a lot of different projects and activities. So beside of approach, I believe that how to influence people, because I believe that a lot of my friends and the youngsters, they are so kind. So it's only the right way to do the charity works. When I know that they have some charity work, I will hey bro, wanna join me for our activities as a volunteer first. So we have a volunteer group in our WhatsApp. So
Right.
it's about 300 to 400 volunteer, not
Wow.
member, it's volunteer. So when any activities we organize, so we will join
Get them to
give
come.
the flag. Yes, right. As staff, to become a volunteer. Then they join, and then they get know more about Kiwanis. After that, they will change to join, become the members. So in past few years, we have member growth is very good, more than 100. So like this way. So I think besides to approach, bro come join. Then for my idea is, why not we do a lot of activities as know
Right.
that then they know what Kiwan is doing right now.
Right. George?
Easy. Just entice them with money. It works all the time.
That's the way. I mean, I have to agree lah on both. Like, I mean, our speakers earlier who mentioned, yeah, it's true. And now because all these are a lot like voluntarily basis, so you want like-minded people to come on board. So it's really no point to coerce someone doing it, because at the end of the day, if they didn't like it, they don't persist through it, they will just leave anyway. But I believe when you join a Kiwanis as a member, you need to pay like an annual fee, isn't it?
Yes.
Very minimal, right? Very minimal. Is it the same?
Depends.
Oh, depends. Is it also? It's not the same to all the clubs.
I think it applies across the board. The fees, I think, is pretty much standard.
All right.
But of course, like what Simon mentioned, you need somebody with dedication.
Right.
That kind of giving outlook. A people's person and willing to give back to the society. And it's not easy to get like-minded people in this dog-eat-dog world.
Correct.
And of course, you spend to join a society, to give your energy, your effort, and you have to pay money some more.
Correct.
So it's a lot of people sharing the same sentiment as you have, the same values that you have.
Right.
Only then can you find like-minded people to come in and give back to your community. Otherwise, it's a challenge to get membership, no doubt about that, because the community that I work with consists very much of 60% of farming community. My center in Teng Bukap is set in the middle of a village deep in the interior of Kuching. So my community consists basically 90% of Bidayu, the community, and a farming community. So to get parents to join, like you said, it's not much, but to them it's a lot, Celine. It's a lot.
Right.
So of course we have to work with my other urban friends and people in the city. Then of course we have good supporters and friends as well, and willing to come in and give the time and energy
All right.
to give back to the community lah. That's how it is. Otherwise, I'll just give them money. That's all lah. Entice them with money.
No, but come to think about it, right? I think it's easier to get like parents maybe who has special kids to come on board, isn't it? Because they understand the needs of the special needs children easier than anyone else. So I think it will be easier for parents like them to come in to join.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Right. So let's move on. So apparently this is a question that that actually Ivan asked. No lah. But I'm gonna put forward to all three of you. So basically it's all about you sharing your experience with Kiwanis. So it's more about trying to give an example about your Kiwanis moment since you joined. But then I think for me, I'll just put it this way, like, is there any particular milestone or past achievement that you like to highlight? To woo the crowd and listeners who are tuning into this, and to also to woo me lah.
I think
Sounds
probably
like a suggestive.
Yeah.
I think the first suggestion is actually
Comment.
the first suggestion is actually to get Celine as one of our members lah. I think that's actually plus one.
Yes.
That would be a very good achievement.
Right.
so that she can really experience the whole light-hearted and
The
fun
journey,
part of the
All right.
journey. Yeah, so probably that is going to be the turning point or the fun part about it lah. I guess I can share first. I think the first thing that I have that really got me really into it is when the kids that we actually went and visit actually know who you are. And sometimes we go to places like, for example, autistic kids, right? Or even Down syndrome kids. They are, or even just probably teenagers as well, right? They actually starting with a really, really far, really controlled, really defensive position.
Right.
And it's the greatest thing that ever happened is that at the end of the day, they really come and hug you, and then that hug is really warm. Then for me, that's magical, and it's very difficult to get that kind of magic out. And surprisingly, I never have it. I only have it recently, where I think the warmth of the group that got them into even the motion of being passionate about as well. And and that's where I really fell in love with it. I mean, it's so fun for kids, who is really don't understand a lot of stuff, but come over and just give you a hug. Of course, now we shouldn't be doing it because of COVID-19. But I guess this is before, and I really enjoy that really open up of a kid. So that's my biggest point. Yeah.
Yeah, and true enough, because I don't think that kind of trust and that kind of bond happens overnight. It takes time to build.
It takes time.
Yeah,
and that one happens within one dinner, and it's just magical. It's very magical. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What about Kenny?
Yeah, actually for me, the milestone for me is I'm been influenced a lot of my friends to be a Kiwanian, and they also to charter another clubs, and also is other clubs president also. So I'm see the growth beside of their works, and I feel it's a good opportunity to all the young entrepreneur or either of what. So it's a very good learning place to how to become a leader. So at least they know how to communication with others, how to organize an event, and so on. So at least it's a very, very good opportunity lah. Somehow you no need to pay others.
Right, George, you.
What's the question again?
And it's not bribing the members.
the wow factor, but Kiwanis.
The wow factor.
Yeah, the wow Kiwanis factor, but Kiwanis, which I find it really amazing and inspiring, because the center that was given to us in Teng Bukap, it was run down. It was used to be an old bazaar. In 2011, they abandoned the bazaar, and the two buildings that we are currently inhabiting or occupying now was an old government quarters. And it was since 2011 until 2019, it has been abandoned and vandalized, of course.
Right.
And we were given the permission by the district office of Serian to occupy the building to house the trainees. And of course, due to the condition of the building and also the prohibitive cost of renovation, so I was raising fund on my own, then knocking on all the corporate doors and the political personalities in Kuching and Sarawak. Some responded positively, some not so positive. Some
Right.
just slammed the door on your face. So then Kiwanis came along, and people like Jimmy from Johor.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
yeah. I spoke to him
yeah,
before. Yep.
he spearheaded a campaign to raise fund throughout the whole. I think he mobilized the whole Johor Kiwanis, including KL. I believe
Right.
so with Ivan's effort as well, and they managed to raise up quite a substantial fund.
For
And one
Tengku
of
Club.
the proof is my X5 given to me by them. Just kidding, Ivan. Don't worry. The money is well spent, Ivan. Don't worry. So they came in my moments of needs, and
Right.
they came up with a substantial fund, and we managed to complete our renovation. And basically, by end of this month, we are putting our final touches to the center. That is indeed inspiring.
Right.
So Celine, I hope I wow you tonight. Are you wow?
Yeah. Wow.
So thanks to Jimmy, thanks to Ivan, and of course with my dear friend Jeffrey as well. They've been very supportive of the
Supportive,
Kiwanis
yeah.
Tengku Cup, and of course they've been giving me a lot of headway on leadership, empowering my team as well. So I'm grateful to Ivan, to Jimmy, and also Jeffrey. These are the three people that have inspired me to be the leader that I am today, lah.
For
I would like to take
you.
this opportunity to this Grammy is award I dedicate to. I'm dedicating this Grammy to Ivan, to Jimmy, and to Jeffrey. Without the three of the Musketeers, there's no number 4, George. So that's my wow factor for tonight.
Right.
I feeling
George,
yeah.
you are definitely one of the musketeer also, judging by how bubbly you are.
I am bubbly, of course, because they've given me a lot of hope. The Kiwanis have given me a lot of hope, and I believe there's always endless possibilities of what I can do with my community through Kiwanis, and especially with strong personalities like Jimmy, like Ivan and Jeffrey. They are always there giving me advice and encouragement. Yeah, so I think it's every effort worth it. Every month, all my money spent worth it to entice new members to come in.
Right. Okay. So now let's talk about how, because I mean you are all like the leaders of your individual KC. So let's talk about like how do you usually plan or support or coordinate projects in an effort to promote a certain cause, things like that. Because I think as a new member, maybe when they go in, they might not know how the whole framework work with a KC club. I mean, we're not going to talk about the district level like Kiwanis Malaysia as a whole, but just on your particular club itself. Like, how do you usually plan? Like, do you have a thing like, like 1 week once, we all gather around and then we talk about things, we brainstorm ideas. So walk us through a little bit how it's basically being operated in that sense, so that you can continue on, like Kenny said, like 1 year you have 40 over projects going on and things like that. Yeah, so any of you who want to start first?
Oh, Kenny can start already.
Kenny can start first.
Yeah, sure.
40 project ma, so you start first lah.
Really, there's actually we really do a lot of project before MCO lah. After MCO we can't do anything. So
Yeah, you have to cut down.
yeah. So when we operate a project, we have appoint the OC and the committee for those project. It's
Right.
not a board member. It's maybe it's a new member of a volunteer also can. So at least they are volunteer to take the commitment.
So OC is a organizing committee?
Yes, organizing
Okay.
committee. Yes. So OC, which means organize. And then we need to have a committee like they need to find a sponsor, or they need to find some support or the manpower or others how to run the event. So we through the project, through the event, we can train a lot of leaders. So right now, my business is moved to KL. I'm not at Ipoh.
Okay.
It's past years already. So, but my club is still running very smooth. It's because every one of them they already know how to organize a project, how to become how to found the funding or sponsor or the manpower or others resources. They already know everyone. So they know what they need to do. And my job is just only guidance, like monitoring is
Yep.
are going good or not. So everyone have an opportunity to become OC, not just only some people only. Like any others also can become an OC. So I think this is a very good way for me to train a new leader. So this my experience is this few years. So actually now I'm not at Ipoh. They still can run a club. It's very good and smooth.
Right. But what about knowing what to organize? I think that's the thing that I'm more keen to know. I think the viewers as well. Because, okay, I mean, we can talk about wanting to go old folks home. We can talk about we wanting to support a particular cause or things like that. So how do you identify that project that is catered for your community? Because I think you will mostly serve causes that around the very much dedicated to the geographically, right? Like for example, like Kenny, since your club is in Ipoh, I don't think you will try to serve community all the way to Johor. Like someone cannot be all the way to Tembukap, right? So basically you're helping in the Ipoh, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So how do you identify those needs in the community itself?
Okay, actually we have a team, and then they will go to survey and go to study the homes, what the homes needs, is funding or food or any others. So we get to know first, because some other homes they have a very strong support for
Right.
the community or for the government, but some others maybe is very pity because they have not enough for the manpower or others. So when we go through to the homes, we get study, and then we go find what are the issue. If like manpower not enough, so maybe we can organize a day. We go to do the some doing the cleaning works or cook for the childrens and pray with the childrens or others. So it depends on the homes.
So there will be like a in your team, basically there will be people who will take charge on looking and analyzing on those community needs from time to time now, I would say.
Yes, right. Like right now at Ipoh, I think 90% of the homes they know our team already, like Kiwani. So they know already. So when they need some support, they will looking for us. Like the lack of manpower to organize the food fair, they're also looking for us, because they know we can organize a food fair or other projects.
Right.
So they're looking for us. Hey, Kenny, maybe you can. We need some suggestion, or I need some support on your side. So I will send my team to get know what we need to support and what we can do for the homes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. That's clear. All right. What about you, George? Your side?
I think because my center, my club, Kiwanis Tembukap, we are, I think, I don't know whether I'm consider myself uniquely suited because of my center. I have my own PPDK center. So my activity centers mostly around my center and also with the community in Tembukap itself. As I mentioned, there are 22 kampongs within the Tembukap bazaar or district. So those activities will always take into account the families, the kampongs, correct? So we are not only working with the children or the trainees, but we are also working together with the JKKs, the Jawatan Kuasa Keselamatan Kampung, i.e. the Ketua Masyarakat, the Ketua Kampung, Ibu Tunggal, Bapak Tunggal, semua yang tertunggal
Anak
lah,
dia tunggal,
semua
tak
yang
ada.
tertunggal kita mesti bergerak. So it's not just confined to my center. So we are also empowering communities. You see, not just the 43 trainees that are with me, but also their communities. So we are looking into, with the help and support of Jeffrey, into agriculture, into hydroponics, aquaculture.
Right.
So things like that, would like to be self-sustainable, not just because we are dependent on JKM's grant, but also to have our own sustainable income, and also to teach
Correct.
the OKU or the trainee some human dignity, some skill that they can bring back home to the families. Likewise, my team, consisting of 5 workers and 1 penyelia or supervisor, whatever training that we have acquired from Kiwanis International, we would like to impart those knowledge down to the JKKs, the Ketua Kampung, the Biro Belia, Biro Wanita. We are basically a communal. Tank Bukap, Kiwanis Tank Bukap is basically a communal center. The 22 Kampung center, Kampung will be served by one center, which is Kiwanis Club, Tank Bukap. So of course we have sisters club all over Semenanjung, and of course we are of course also with have international network. That was my intention when I set up Kiwanis Club Tank Bukap. See, with all the vast network that I can have access to, it basically benefits the community through advancement of technology, be it agriculture, be it farming, or just to change the mindset of the community.
Right.
You see?
That's right.
Exactly. So I want to expose the mindset of the rural community to an urban platform.
Right.
So I very much appreciate what Ivan has done for Tank Bukap. I will put up a statue when I become the Chief Minister of Sarawak. I make him a PR of Sarawak, and also I will erect a statue in Tank Bukap in honor of Jeffrey, Jimmy, and Ivan. In that particular order, of course.
Shout out to Ivan. Ivan, you're like George Idol like that.
He is. I have a small altar at home.
Sounds like we are all going there tomorrow if the plane is ready for us to fly there.
It's a beautiful place. Ivan is a Sarawakian, honorary Sarawakian already.
I mean, it's amazing because I think all this while, the hallmark of Kiwanis is always centered around special needs children. So sometimes a lot of people only associate like, Kiwanis mean Down syndrome center lah, autism, and what sort. But actually, it really extends beyond that. Like for you, you are like basically everything. Communal services.
Yes, of course.
Taking care of every aspect. Of their lives. So I think that's very, very interesting. Okay, now we move to Simon. What about you?
I think the big project was, I'm lucky. I've never done a big project. I mean, I've always do small little projects that is actually very different to kids. I guess recently I got lucky. There's a nice lady called Celine and there's a nice lady called Kim who approached us to create Save the Story Mai. One of the biggest with Kiwanis. I think Kiwanis Malaysia was activated. I didn't know how Kiwanis Malaysia was activated. So, I mean, this is not a small club. What we're looking to is the whole Kiwanis Malaysia come together to do so. The process is supposed to be tough because you got to go through like varieties of people, which is what my imagination at the beginning, but it turned out to be just one afternoon. So the project went to a meeting where the group talks about it, Lawrence and also Ivan and a few of the team members actually just talk about it. And within an hour, they would call us back, yep, we are on. I said, this is a whole Malaysia project, it's a big thing. And they said, yeah, why not? I mean, nothing to do. And of course, the vision is great. All of us are into this whole thing of making a difference to kids. So for me, a success of it is also passionate. I think the passion is there. I think for you, Celine, you when you browse internet of the US and found Save the Story.
By the way, Kenny and George, I didn't pay Simon to say this.
No, you didn't. Well, I'm a part organizer of this whole program, and I'm quite happy of having Celine suggested it and remember us actually in this area, and it's nice. I think it's nice. But the size, the scale is bigger. And of course, I'm also strongly encouraging Kenny and George. You know, if you have a national program, maybe George, you will have. I mean, there's a lot of orang asli around, not just
Okay, good.
everywhere.
Yep.
I know your ideas and your whole work can bring back to this side. I mean, to Semenanjung side, and I think I'm pretty happy to sort of work on it as we make it different to everybody else. I mean, that's going to be a bigger project for us. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's talk about something that's more pressing, maybe something that's happening now. So we all know we have this COVID-19, the pandemic. So I think maybe all three of you would want to share a little bit about the most challenging facets that you face now. Because I think, like Kenny also mentioned, obviously you can't have 40 projects this year, I'm pretty sure. You can't.
We have done a very, very big project in the MCO period. Because we have started a project at the MCO is from March, right? So after that, we go to visit the homes. We found that have a very, very big issue is because the manpower is not enough and the good and the food is not enough. Because you know that a lot of homes there is a volunteer to come and cook for the children, but when the MCO time, the volunteer can't go to the homes. So the children didn't have not enough food to eat.
Right.
So after that, we have an idea with Nelson, our LG. Nelson, you have
Nelson Yao. Yes.
That's right. So we have been started a project is to donate the rice to the homes. So we started from the few homes until the last. We already get to sponsor almost 40,000 plus. 37 pack of rice to the old folk homes and the children's and some the autism children's. And besides the children, we also have donated some goods and food for the some families, like they have poor family lah. So they need the support on the food, because they can't get the work, so they have no money to buy the food. So we also have a pack like one pack is have me, Milo, and biscuit and others.
You pack it up like essential items like that.
Yes, right. So we have to donate also more than 4,000 packs. So total project we have to benefit more than 60,000
60,000. Ah, wow.
Yes, right.
That's a very impressive figure.
Yes, and this project is run around 2 months. So we consistently for few members, and we collaborate to some like the shop that help us to cook. So very thankful all the support and all the people that give the donate to us. Really, really impressive.
All right. What about you, George? Is there anything challenging for you during COVID-19?
Yeah, I think because, like I said, the community that we work with consists mostly of farming community.
Right.
And also it consists of those daily wage earners.
Daily wage earner, right.
Daily wage earners, they were very badly hit during the early days of MCO. Of course, we had to galvanize some support from friends and, to come in and bringing food aid to the families who were badly hit. So, of course, my center is also not allowed to open because of the MCO extended until till to date. We are not allowed to open by JKM just yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because of the condition of these communities, they are not, the immune system and whatnot. So I think as a precaution, JKM is not allow us to open. So, but nonetheless, the allowance are still being given. The 150 ringgit still being given.
That's per month, is it?
Per month, yes. So long as they are registered in my center, then they will be given or entitled to have the 150 ringgit from JKM. Those comes under JKM's OPEX, the grant, the annual grant.
Right.
So during the COVID, of course, everybody's badly affected. The parents, the children themselves as well. So the community come forward and just mobilize themselves and make themselves self-sufficient. Of course, with a little bit of impetus from us, from the city, we come in and bring additional food aid to them lah. They
Right.
basically eat as well. Of course, there are cases that we are aware of, like abuses in the family,
Oh, okay.
because you there's no way to go. But thank God, because community in the rural were not badly hit by the exposure to the pandemic. So they were pretty much locked down. They prohibit city people or people from the town to go into the kampong. A lot of kampong set up barriers, and of course that also restricted food movement. And of course the police came in, the RELA came in and assisted us to go and distribute the food aid during the MCO lah. Yeah. It was quite a tense moment actually during the early days of MCO.
Right.
Even as we speak now, Kuching has been declared a red zone. Thus, in conjunction with the red zone, I'm wearing a red shirt tonight. You see, so you guys understand the
Just
severity
indicate how
of Kuching.
serious it is.
Yes. That's why Ivan is not able to come to Kuching because of the red zone.
That's why I was about to ask, has it been very difficult to maneuver around the kampongs and all to distribute aids? Because you're red zone 1 and then your center is also not open in that sense. So has the logistic
now it's a bit more relaxed because not so much there's not much roadblocks. I think after that 1st August, I think things are going to be a bit more tense again. So we have to resort to Jalan Tikus lah.
Under the longkang lah.
We are quite innovative, Simon. Simon is quite innovative.
Yeah, you have to. Desperate call for desperate measures.
Amen to that, Celine. Yes,
River though. Rota river the Buaya.
Oh yeah.
Only when you are hit at the spot, you know how to go about it next lah.
Yep. I think the community. Thank God for the community in the rural. They were not badly hit lah. Thank God for that, because if they were badly hit, the access to medical, to teaching, it's quite painful for them. Poor community like that, and daily wage and farming community, they don't have access to medical.
All right, Simon, you. What are the challenging facets that you face for your
been
KC?
busy. I've been busy since MCO. A couple of years ago, I actually wrote a playbook for hand, foot, and mouth, and that becomes a pivotal level of it. The playbook was actually presented to MOH during the time of MCO.
Right.
And MOH actually approved our playbook to be COVID-friendly kind of playbook. It's a similar kind of way of prevention for things. So with that little approval, what I did was I went through audits of homes, especially kids' homes, to see how they are handling the COVID-19 way of doing
how
things.
How they practice the social distancing and all.
Social distancing, how they prevent, saliva talking, posture, high and low, the way you talk, the way you infections, the way your cleanliness of the centers, those kind of things. I've done nearly about more than hundreds. Yeah, including daycare, tuition centers. I've just give free consultation to help them reopen, or especially for kids' homes as well. It's actually quite difficult because they are very short of money. So while I'm doing the audit, what I did also is just gathering friends' money and say, hey, why don't you just donate a little bit of money, give them rides and stuff like that as well. So it's not just one-off going in there to help them open up or to help them to be careful with COVID-19, but rather also donate to our food as well. So have been really, really busy. So
it just happens simultaneously like the thing.
And I got lucky because I know MOH really support us, and they've been really giving us a lot of advice how to sort of improve the way of any centers. They can't go everywhere, so they needed extra people with a bit of knowledge to go into a center and helping them out.
Right. You have the experience, definitely.
Yeah, we have the experience. And even people like, for example, they said, hey, I got no mask. At one point, there was a shortage of masks. I told them, why handkerchief works also. It's not just mask. Handkerchief works because it stops saliva from flowing to another person. If two person wearing a handkerchief, it can also help. Yeah, the percentage is not as good as having a three-ply mask, but it helps. I mean, we can't find masks at one point, right? So we find the best way of doing it. And then the poorer centers can't afford $100 or $80 per box mask at that point.
Correct.
So we got to be able to be innovative, but careful. Social distancing was actually still a very important position. That's what I've been busy with. High impact, but I think the Kiwanis also given me a opportunity to also be reaching out to more homes that really needed some advice, and I give you advice here and there. I'm happy to sort of go to anywhere to just give advice to people to see how to make it better into their centers.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm busy with.
Have many of these centers actually resumed back their operation?
They have.
Now.
They have. But they are way better than the pubs, of course. The pubs still don't really care; they don't really bother. But the centers are really, really professional. I'm very happy with the way that they are doing. Sometimes we do a spot check, walking in and just say hi, and they happily tells you what they are not comfortable with and they are comfortable with. So I think they are very disciplined people around. They are so into making sure their kids are always constantly healthy. Or even not just kids, even old folks home, they are really, really careful. They are really careful. That helps. If only our community of adults and people out there, I strongly urge you, do not just listen because the government say that you should be social distancing, but do it for your family to make sure you be safe for not just yourself but your family as well, or for your community as well. I mean, if people in the old folks home or people in a kid's home can be so conscious about it, why can't you be conscious about it? Yeah.
Correct.
There's still more people that without masks anyway, so that's always a problem. And we're quite disappointed to see them around there.
Yeah, but thankfully the supply mask is quite overwhelming now, so at least the price has dropped back to the regular how it was before this.
Yes.
So yeah. So anyway, because of the time limitation, I'm just gonna ask all three of you one last simple question, which is like in your own personal thoughts, maybe like what do you plan to achieve in your KC within the next couple of years' time? Like we'll talk about something like a short-term goal like that. Suddenly don't know your goal. Right, Kenny, you want to start first?
Oh, okay. Actually, for me, I'm hoping we can get more members, and then the sustainability is the most important.
Right.
So the sustainability is because they know what's going on, why they join Kiwanis and what Kiwanis doing right now. So they know their joining purpose. So they will evolve and have a belonging. So actually we have our club. So always have a fellowship. Okay. So to get to our friend to join to know. So after their growth, and then I hope to have growth more club. So at Ipoh, and then can benefit to the society. This is our goal. Maybe we can, after 2 to 3 years, we can open another 2 to 3 club, a new club. Hopefully we can get it.
Right. How many clubs are there now in Ipoh? It's just one?
Actually, it's no. Just only Ipoh, I have 8 to 10 clubs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ipoh is quite big. Right. Yeah.
Ipoh is quite big. So after that, after we I'm joined is Berjam. After that, we chartered the Tamun. After that, we also have chartered two newborn baby is Jelapang and Tasik. So we already have get few clubs. Hopefully, we can get more and more, and we can service to the society. And
it's impressive because all those places that you mentioned, I still I'm not very familiar with it. Yeah, but yeah, there's just so many areas out there to reach out. Honestly, right? That's amazing. All right, how about you, George? Your short-term goal for your own KC in the next couple of years' time.
Short-term goal.
Let's be
to get the center up and running, of course, because of the COVID and the prohibition on starting of the center.
Right.
Of course, I foresee maybe next 3 months, 6 months, things are going to be a bit difficult to adjust. But nonetheless, it's a fairly new center with fully furnished and fittings and fixtures. Also, thanks to the contribution from Kiwanis. We are very excited for the future, of course. We are very bullish about the future.
Right.
And hopefully we want the community to enjoy the benefit, to enjoy the facilities that we can offer them.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever shortcoming that we might have, it's all boils down to Ivan's not giving us more money. Lah.
Ask more. Right.
It's
Simon,
having
what
hard
about
to.
you?
For me, I guess I came from Damansara Uptown, and you know lah, PJ people, they are more into themselves. They probably do things a bit quieter, you know. what I really want to achieve for the short term goal is to look at Damansara Uptown coming together as a whole into our works, our Kiwanis work. I mean, we are resided. Our center is actually resided within Damansara Uptown. I really want to have our neighbors joining us. I want to have the Taman guys joining us, so that the whole community should be, united with Kiwanis in this particular works. I think I'm hoping, I'm also hopeful as well. We tried a few rounds of putting in, flyers, hey, come join us, kind of thing, but we didn't have it. But I guess I'm going to continue to make the attempt. Hopefully, this shout out today will get Damansara Uptown people. Please join us. The more
money works, Simon. Money.
Not
just entice them with money.
Not in Damansara Uptown, unfortunately. so for me, is really getting them coming together lah. I think that's for me is the greatest achievement if I can for the next 1 year or so lah.
Right. Okay. I think good luck to all three of you, that you're endeavors, in your club. And I would say that I couldn't agree with whatever you shared today, because I always think that to be able to serve the underprivileged community is quite a rewarding journey. I wouldn't put it as a job lah. It's more like a journey, I think. And
it's a calling. It's a calling. It's a
calling.
It's a vocation, Celine. It's a calling.
I think it's correct. There's like a need for good fellowship and service. It's exactly
Amen.
that. Yeah.
Amen,
right.
sister.
Okay. It's really great having all three of you on board with us. And I think to the people who is listening to us, there are definitely a lot of beneficial opportunities to be a Kiwanis member. And then I would say that for those of you who want to make social good part of your career, so do considering joining Kiwanis. All right, we need more people like you, more people like them, to make the world a better place. No need world we just want to make our community a better place would be sufficient, and I would say. And on my side,
lastly, I think we have one comment is that please donate to Safe with Story Mind.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of difference to have people to contribute, and just an add on to it is that Safe with Story Mind really focus a lot on getting donation, and the money that we collected is for good use for the purpose of helping out kids. Actually, that's the main purpose.
Yeah,
sorry to break you off.
I mean, exactly. So it's like I was about to say that, but Simon covered it all. So please just lend your support. Donate to our campaign Safe with Story Smile, and join us to basically empower children's dream. And for us, it's just a donation as little as 15 ringgit. So that's it. All you can do, just as 15 ringgit, you can help feed vulnerable kids, special needs children, and those who are among the marginalized community. So, okay. So if you want to contribute, we will share the link below later on. You can just click on the link and then in the comment section later. Or you can always visit our Facebook, Instagram page, Safe with Story Smile. So there we have it. Some personal notes and experience of Kenny's, George, and Simon's journey, Kiwani's journey with us today. So thank you so much, all three of you. Thank you so much. All the best in your future endeavors. Also, of course, since it's a pandemic time, so continue to stay safe. And we hope to see you all one day, maybe face to face, So not the Zoom thing anymore, right?
Right.
And Celine join us as member.
Okay, I'm very concerned that I have been like
Simon, money.
By so many people. All right, so stay safe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are we done? Oh, okay, we're done.
We're not. We're still in the show. Eric forgot us, is it? Yeah, he's still alive. Okay, so I'm going to cut off.